I met 2/5 of the rifles, and I didn't quite meet Ed Tudor Pole. Ahoy hoy everybody, and welcome to another Martin Meets. So this is a tale of two evenings, or an evening and an afternoon to be more precise. I shall start with... I'll go chronologically. So last Friday, as I record this, which would be the 28th of June, I think that was when it was. It's on the flyer. Why am I querying? Yes, 28th of June. My local record shop, Sice of Vinyl, hosted one of their outstore events, and this was an evening with Ed Tudor Pole at St John's Church in Gosport, where I previously saw and met Glenn Matlock and Mickey Burini from Lush. And it was also where they had the record fair last year. Anyway, I went. I'd been looking forward to going ever since it was announced. It wasn't a promotional event for a release like the others have been. It was an evening with. It was meant to be 45-minute music set, followed by 45 minutes Q&A talk sort of thing. As it was, no signing meet and greet was advertised. Got there, got in, no problem as ever. I found myself a little table on the side, going on my own. I didn't want to, be in the way of couples or, groups of friends or anything. So I just table on the edge, right near the front, but on the edge, and I sat, on the right-hand side as you're facing the stage, so that anybody could come along and fill in the rest of the seats and have a good view and sit together. Nobody joined me on my table until just before it started, when a couple came over, husband and wife, I presume, and asked if anybody was sitting there. I said, no, help yourself. And they sat down. Fine, no problem, he says. So the support act came on. It was a local guy who's the lead singer of a local band. He was fine, music was fine, he spoke well between songs, he made us laugh a couple of times. Throughout that, this couple were talking, and I say this couple were talking, the man was talking mainly, and the more he was drinking, the louder he was getting. However, it was a support act. Much as I don't agree with people talking with a support act, it happens. I thought, oh well, hopefully he'll behave during Ed. Then there was a short interval, then Ed came on, did a brilliant, almost hour-long set. Just him, acoustic guitar, and chorus effect on his voice so that he could have backing vocals as he sang. He did a number of songs I've never heard before, and I don't think many people had heard before. A couple of Pistols songs, couple of Temple Tudor songs. Brilliant, absolutely loved it. He was wonderful, except this bloke kept talking in the middle of the songs, and then when he wasn't talking to his wife in the middle of songs, he was shouting things out at Ed. Ed encouraged it a little bit, but not to the extent that this guy was partaking in, and it was the same stuff. He was just shouting over and over again, and it wasn't funny, it wasn't clever, and it was bloody annoying. Then there was a short gap, and Ed came back out, and rather than stand at the microphone and tell his stories, he came down into the crowd and he just projected, and he was telling his stories, and he was asking for questions, and all through this guy was, again, just droning on, repeating the same unfunny stuff, asking the same question over and over again, and was just really annoying me by this stage. Ed was fine. He was on top form. He was funny. It was quite weird because he has written a book. It is being published in April. Hopefully he's coming back in April to do a book signing and a book talk. But he kept doing these anecdotes, and the anecdotes tended to fizzle out a bit at the end, and he would say, that one's not in the book. And after about a third or fourth one of these, he said, I can probably see why they're not in the book, because they weren't just quite A1 anecdotes, but they were entertaining enough, and yeah, a lot of fun. At the end of that, Ed said, right, that's it, I'm off. Huge round of applause, off he went. By this stage, it was about 10 p.m. I'd been up since 4 a.m. for work anyway, so I was very tired. And I was extremely pissed off with this bloke who sat on my table. So, as soon as Ed left, up I went, out I went, thanks Kieran, from a slice of vinyl, on my way out, and headed off towards my car. Importantly, my phone was on silent, because I switched it to silent for the event. Apparently, seconds after I'd left, Ed came out, started mingling with people, was signing stuff and what have you. Kieran tried to ring me to say, quick, come back, come back. I was unaware of it. For some reason, my watch didn't alert me. Not that I felt, anyway. Totally missed it. Headed home. When I got home, opened my phone. There's a message from Kieran, a missed call, and then a message from Kieran saying, he's out, he's meeting people, he's signing, tried to ring you. Do you want me to try and get you a flyer signed? I said, yes, please, if you can, if it's not too late. And fortunately, he did. So although I didn't meet Ed Tudor Pole, I saw him, and he signed this for me, which I was given today. So really happy to have that, and that was very kind of Kieran to sort that out for me. And then yesterday was an in-store signing at the shop for the rifles. It was originally meant to be at 7 p.m. However, a few days ago it was rescheduled because of the football, which makes perfect sense, of course. And it also helped boost some sales, I believe. So, Rifles are a band I've never heard. But last year I saw Joel Stoker, who was the lead singer of the Rifles. He released a solo album. He did an in-store at Slice of Vinyl. I did a video about it. I really enjoyed it. If you go back on the Martin Meets playlist, half a dozen, maybe a couple more than that, videos, you'll see it if you want to watch that. Really enjoyed his album. So as soon as this was announced, booked my ticket. It worked well. I was day off of work, which meant it changed to 12:30 start. Didn't affect me either, which was great. Yeah, was really looking forward to it. Turned up, got there about 12:15. Wasn't a massive queue at that stage, only maybe 10 people in front of me. And Emma spotted me and came along and gave me my album. Well, Emma and Ali, their daughter. And we're queuing, and 12:30 comes along, and there's definitely a rifle in there because Kieran's posted a video of them sound checking, and we've heard guitar playing. But a bit later, Emma comes along and says, yeah, we're running a bit late, Joel's stuck in traffic. Now, there's a big fire in Portsmouth at the moment, which has closed the motorway going into Portsmouth, which obviously has a knock-on effect that the motorway, the M27 running across Portsmouth, is chaos. So that's why he got stuck in traffic. Luckily, the guitarist had left slightly earlier and managed to avoid it. So we're waiting. Again, Kieran came out a bit later and told us the same thing. About, 1:05, Joel turns up, apologises, although it's not his fault, you know. He goes in. They do a quick sound check, and within 10 minutes we're all going in. It wasn't as busy as some previous ones. There was a bit more room in there, which was nice for us because we weren't as crammed. But obviously it would have been nicer if they could have sold a few more tickets, especially since Joel's one was chock-a-block. They are doing one in Brighton tomorrow, which maybe, although Brighton's an hour and a bit away, might have had a bit of a knock-on because for the last one, people even came down for the Joel one. there was people coming down from London for it, but obviously it'll be a lot easier for them to go to Brighton if that's what they wanted, and I think they're doing one in London anyway. So I think that was part of the problem. Plus, some people, you know, they've met Joel, they're happy with that. They might not want to meet him again, which you can understand. But anyway, we went in. So it was just Joel and the guitarist Luke. Lucas, I think is his actual name, but he's known as Luke. And they did 4 tracks off the new album, and then they asked for requests for classics, as they called it, and various people shouted things out, and they did 5 of those in total. They were only going to do 4, but they couldn't decide what to do, so they ended up doing 5. And really good. Enjoyed it all. Yes, you know, sounded good. Songs were good. Nice chat in between. There was a couple of kids in, and they were the focus of a lot of the chat. Yeah, really good show. Really enjoyed it. As usual, we all then piled out and gradually let back in, as is always the case, because I was near the front of the queue to go in. I was near the front of the venue, which I say venue of the shop, which meant as everybody filed out to queue to come back in, it meant I was near the back of the queue to go back in for the autograph, which is fine. I was in no rush, and after probably between half an hour and 45 minutes, I wasn't timing it. It came to my turn. Usual procedure. Kieran took the phone from me, took a smeg load of photos, more than he's ever taken before. I'll put selected highlights up here. Went up to Joel and Luke, shook their hands, thanked them, told them what a great show it was, how much I'd enjoyed it. They thanked me for waiting, thanked me for coming, asked if I was local. Kieran said, "Oh, Martin was here for your solo show," and he said, "Oh yeah, I thought I recognised you. I thought I'd seen you on social media." And Luke said, "Yeah, I thought I did as well." Whether they really had, I don't know, or whether they were just being polite, but that was nice anyway. Nicely signed the vinyl. So I said, "Could you make it to Martin?" So Joel wrote, "To Martin, all the best, heart for rifles." Joel signed, and then Luke signed. But yeah, nice inscription there. And then went round the desk for the photos with, and again his selected highlights from that. Again, Kieran took loads, and he was moving round and making sure he got some decent angles for me, bless him. And yeah, that was it. I didn't want to hold them too long. They were clearly tired. They'd already seen loads of people by this point. There was only about 5 or 6 people behind me, and I think they wanted to watch the football, so they wanted to get done. So I didn't have a deep conversation with them, but it was very pleasant. I made 2 really nice guys. Really pleased to have met them. And another great event organised by A Slice of Vinyl. Thank you very much, Kieran and Emma, and the kids. Yeah, that was it. Thank you for watching. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Thanks. Bye.